Create a 10 minutes video for YouTube about survival and safety protocols for global field geology. Proven tips on how to survive in the field. Welcome back, geology fans. Whether you are a student heading to your first field camp or a seasoned veteran planning an expedition to the high Arctic or the Saharan sands, the motto for every field scientist is be prepared. Fieldwork is the heart and soul of the earth sciences. It's where theories meet reality, where you get to crack open the secrets of the crust. And let's be honest, it's where you get to justify your collection of expensive hiking boots and specialized hammers. However, the field doesn't care about your PhD or your enthusiasm. The field is a place where small mistakes can turn into an order of magnitude more serious than they would be back at the office. Today we're going deep into the ultimate survival guide for the global geologist. Before we even think about packing a bag, we have to talk about the part everyone loves to hate, the paperwork. Now, I know you didn't become a geologist to sit at a desk, but a well-crafted emergency response plan, ERP, is the difference between a minor mishap and a major tragedy. An ERP isn't just a list of phone numbers. It's your roadmap for when the world goes sideways. You need the coordinates of the nearest medical facility, route plans from your site to that facility, and local contact information for people who actually know the terrain. If you are working in a remote area, you must have an itinerary recorded with a responsible person back at base. They need to know when to expect your check-in, and more importantly, exactly when to start calling the search and rescue teams if you don't show up. A critical tool in this planning stage is the hazard analysis and the risk assessment matrix. This sounds fancy, but it's essentially detective work. You are trying to figure out what can go wrong, how likely it is to happen, and how bad the consequences would be. If you are working under a cliff, the severity of a rockfall is high, even if the probability is low. You apply controls to lower that risk, like wearing a hard hat or simply not standing directly under the overhang. Remember, the base safety equipment is the one between your ears. Thinking and communicating are your two most powerful tools for staying alive. Now, let's talk gear. We geologists love our toys, but your gear needs to be functional, not just cool looking. It all starts from the ground up. Footwear. You need proper traction, waterproof materials, and solid ankle support. Here is a pro tip for the newcomers. Do not, under any circumstances, bring a brand new pair of boots to the field. If you don't break them in at home first, you will be literally crying by the second day. Blistered feet are more than a nuisance. They slow the whole team down and make you a liability in an emergency. Pack extra wool socks too. Merino wool is your best friend because it wicks moisture away and stays comfortable even when your feet are inevitably damp. For clothing, think layers and synthetic. Cotton is often the enemy in the field because it gets heavy when wet and takes forever to dry, which can lead to hypothermia even in moderate temperatures. Lightweight, light-colored, breathable shirts protect you from the sun and bugs while regulating your temperature. Many geologists swear by the zip-off field pants that turn into shorts. Sure, they might not be the height of fashion, but when you start a traverse in a freezing 6 OI, AAC fog, and end it in a 90-degree afternoon, you'll be glad for that ventilation. And don't forget the hat. Carry your shade on your head. Whether it's a Lawrence of Arabia style hat with a neck flap or a wide-brimmed tili, protect your ears and neck. Turning to our traditional tools, every geologist needs a rock hammer, but you have to match the tool to the rock. If you are in tough igneous or metamorphic terrain, you'll want a chisel edge or a heavy crack hammer. For softer shales, a classic pick hammer works best. Always wear safety glasses when swinging. Fragments can come off sharp and fast, acting like tiny rock bullets. Also, warn your partners before you start hammering. Nothing ruins a team dynamic like a shard of quartz in a colleague's eye. In this digital age, your smartphone is an essential tool. It's your GPS, your camera, and your backup compass. But batteries die and screens shatter. Always have a Write in the Rain field notebook and a waterproof pen as your primary analog backup. For mapping, a plexiglass map board held together with duct tape is a cheap and effective way to protect your base maps from wind and rain. And if you're using a Brunton compass, remember that east and west are reversed on the dial. If that confuses you, just spend a few hours practicing in your backyard before you try to take a strike and dip on a remote outcrop. Let's shift gears to climate survival, starting with the heat. If you are working in a desert or tropical environment, heat stress is a silent killer. When the temperature hits 100 degrees, your body becomes a radiator. You need to maintain a strict hydration schedule, sipping, not chugging. Drinking between 4 and 10 liters of water a day, depending on your exertion level. Don't wait until you're thirsty. By then, you are already dehydrated. Add electrolytes to your water to prevent hyponatremia, which is a dangerous drop in body sodium that can lead to confusion or seizures. In the dry heat of the desert, you might not even notice how much you're sweating because it evaporates instantly. This is deceptive and dangerous. Use innovative cooling strategies like dampening a bandana or a cooling towel around your neck. This cools the blood flowing through your carotid arteries before it reaches your head. If you're working from a vehicle, utilize the AC for short breaks, and if there's no shade, bring your own. Some geologists carry a small personal pop-up umbrella to stand under while taking notes. It looks goofy, but as the old field saying goes, you aren't picking up a date while sampling groundwater at a Hood gas station, so who cares if you look silly as long as you're cool? If you are interested in these subjects, please subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment from where are you visiting, and share this channel with your friends. Until next time, keep exploring. Now, let's flip the thermometer and talk about the Arctic and cold climates. Here, the biggest threats are hypothermia and frostbite. Hypothermia doesn't just happen in the deep freeze, it can set in at 50 degrees Fahrenheit if you're wet and the wind is blowing. The killer combination is wind, rain, and exhaustion. To survive in the Arctic, you need functioning emergency equipment and a team that knows how to use it. One great trick for crossing snow-filled valleys that might have hidden streams beneath them is to carry a rope with a weighted bag on the end. You can throw it to a partner if someone breaks through a snow bridge. Logistics in the Arctic are a whole different beast. If you're using helicopters, you must develop good helicopter habits. Approach and leave the machine only from the front so the pilot can see you. Always crouch to avoid the main rotor, especially on uneven ground. A famous rule of thumb for Arctic geologists is don't sit on the rocks for too long, or you might join the long list of researchers who have developed medical piles from the constant cold. Instead, try the Indian-style ankle set to keep your core off the frozen ground. Navigating the terrain is another survival skill. When wading through streams, always probe the bottom with a rod or a stout stick first. Use it as an upstream brace, leaning your weight against the current while you shuffle your feet sideways. Never face directly upstream. If your feet get stuck and you fall backward, the water pressure can pin you down. And when working on ice-covered rivers, test the integrity of the ice with solid blows from a sharp ice chisel. If the chisel goes through, you don't. It's that simple. It's that. We also have to share the field with the locals. The wildlife, bears are the big one. The number one tip to avoid a bear encounter is to be noisy. Bears generally don't want to be around humans any more than you want to be around them. If they hear you coming, they'll usually head the other way. Travel in groups of 3 or more, and keep your dog on a leash. A dog that chases a bear is just a bear magnet, bringing a very angry grizzly back to your legs. If you do encounter a bear, ask yourself, does it know I'm here? If not, just slip away quietly. If it sees you, avoid eye contact, speak in a calm, low voice, and back away slowly. Do not run. Running triggers a predatory chase instinct, and you cannot outrun a bear. If a bear charges, stand your ground and use your bear spray. It is effective in over 90% of cases. Only if the bear actually makes contact should you play dead. Lie on your stomach, protect your neck with your hands, and spread your legs so you're harder to flip over. However, if the attack is predatory, meaning the bear followed you or attacked you in your tent, you fight for your life. Punch it in the nose, poke its eyes, and scream. Even a 12-year-old boy has successfully fought off a bear by being aggressive. Snakes are another common concern. The best defense is simply looking before you step or reach. Never reach onto a rock ledge above your eye level. When turning over rocks for samples, grasp the far edge and pull the rock toward you so it acts as a shield if something is underneath. If you are bitten, keep the limb below the level of your heart and get to a hospital immediately. Do not use the old cut and suck method. That's just movie magic and actually makes the injury worse. Beyond the big animals, the small ones can be just as dangerous. Ticks carry Lyme disease and other nasty pathogens. Do a tick check every night. Use a mirror or a partner to check the places you can't see, behind the knees, the hairline, and the underarms. If you find one, use fine-tip tweezers to pull it straight out by the head. Don't burn it or use Vaseline. You want to get it out as cleanly as possible. We also need to touch on the psychological side of fieldwork. Working in remote, isolated conditions for weeks can be a massive stressor. It can exacerbate pre-existing conditions like anxiety or depression. Team integrity is vital. A good team looks out for each other's mental health as much as their physical safety. If a partner seems withdrawn or irritable, check in on them. Psychological first aid is about listening, being patient, and knowing when someone needs to be evacuated for their own safety and the safety of the group. Finally, let's talk about ethics and land access. You are a representative of the geological community. Always obtain permission before entering private property. A flippant comment or leaving a gate open can ruin a relationship with a landowner that took years to build. Practice leave no trace principles. If you're in a national park, remember that it's often illegal to even pick up a rock, let alone hit one with a hammer. Be respectful of the environment that provides us with our data. Fieldwork is an incredible privilege. It allows us to see parts of the planet that most people only see on postcards. But that privilege comes with a responsibility to ourselves and our teams. By planning meticulously, choosing the right gear, and respecting the hazards of the environment, we ensure that we can keep doing this amazing work for years to come. Safety isn't just about avoiding accidents. It's about creating an environment where we can be productive, inspired, and most importantly, alive. If you are interested in these subjects, please subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment from where are you visiting, and share this channel with your friends. Until next time, keep exploring.
Welcome to my channel, where you'll find over 2,000 videos on geology, geochemistry, AI, and many other subjects. If you like what you see, help us grow by subscribing, liking, and sharing this channel.
I think these videos are brilliant, and I'm sure you will like them too. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification bell.